I lost over 100 pounds and got jacked. But there are a few things which help me easily shed fat. Either it's the mindset I developed, the nutrition system I had, which helped me avoid endless broccoli and tasteless chicken breasts, or the workout principles that turn my soft flesh into hard muscles. In this video, I'll reveal my secret fat loss system, which will help you lose fat the easy way. Regardless of your age or genetics, I want you to remember the time when you visited a gym on New Year's Eve. Right in front of your eyes, hundreds of people are sweating, doing endless cardio, working out like their lives depended on it. They have goals and they're being consistent with a lot of sweat. Even better, within a few weeks, they got results. But just after 4 months, comes April. You know what happens next. Half of these people are gone, disappeared like smoke in the wind. Why? It's because they set goals and don't build systems. And if you didn't understand what I mean, when you set goals like, I want to lose 10 pounds of fat within 30 days, you're forcing your mind and body to achieve that goal, which sometimes works and sometimes backfires because of the fact that we humans set unrealistic goals. What happens next is very predictable. When you don't hit the goal you set, you stop getting motivated to achieve that goal whatsoever, and ultimately you quit. On the other flip side of that, some people are muscular and consistent in the gym. Yes, the ones who are working out from Monday to Friday. Their pre-workout is not motivation. Instead, they have systems dialed in. That right there is the secret. Their specific systems help them achieve their goals. A system for mindset that prevents motivation crashes. A system for nutrition that removes decision fatigue. A system for exercise that builds on itself progressively. In this video, I'll help you build a fat loss system to lose belly fat effortlessly. So, you don't rely on motivation forever. And to be honest, that was my secret. The one that helped me lose over 100 pounds of fat within 40 weeks. Because I had systems built in place. And if you put a Glock on my head and force me to reveal what I'd do if I had to lose fat from tomorrow, I blindly followed this 5-step system. Step 1, iron mindset. Think about it. Why do you crave dessert but have to force yourself to eat vegetables? Why can you scroll TikTok for hours without blinking an eye, but struggle through a 20-minute workout? If you're not in your head right now, it means your brain is being conditioned a certain way. Yes, I'll explain how in a moment. I'll reveal something no fitness influencer talks about. They praise science-based diets and exercises, but unfortunately they skip the most important yet overlooked aspect of fat loss, an iron mindset. And no, I'm not talking about David Goggins' mindset or working out 100 hours a week, monk mode, or none of that shit. It's something simple yet so powerful that'll help you lose fat on autopilot. You see, we humans are wired to seek instant gratification. We want things fast. Food delivered within minutes, entertainment at our fingertips, and money without lifting a finger. But that's not how we lived 100 years ago, and it makes perfect sense because nobody was fat at the time. The tribal people, the Greeks, the Spartans, they all were ripped, healthy, and confident. They never found things with a push of a button. That right there is the exact mindset shift you need right now. You have to rewire your brain to delay gratification. Sadly, the modern world is built to knock your mind with some quick hits of dopamine. And it's the reason why losing fat always feels less appealing compared to other quick dopamine activities. When your dopamine system is hijacked by instant gratification, your brain literally resists the delayed rewards. That's why exercise feels like punishment and healthy food tastes like cardboard. This isn't willpower failure. It's your own brain working against you. To break this chain, you have to implement healthier habits and get dopamine hits that your mind actually loves. Here's what I do to rewire my brain for healthy dopamine. 1. Morning sunlight. I spend 10 to 15 minutes outside instantly when I open my eyes. This regulates my natural energy cycles and starts my day with a sense of purpose. 2. Cold exposure. Even just 30 seconds of cold water at the end of my shower. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's a healthy round of mind boxing, which helps me make better decisions during the day. 3. Phone-free walks. 1 15-minute walk daily without any devices. This breaks the cycle of constant stimulation and helps me reconnect with longer-term thinking. And when you reset your dopamine levels, suddenly that workout gives you a natural high. Healthy food starts tasting better. You feel accomplished from small wins instead of being addicted to constant stimulation. You're not fighting your brain anymore. Now you're working with it. After implementing these habits, you'll see a massive change in the way you think about losing fat. And as the saying goes, when there's no enemy inside, the enemy outside can't harm you. Because once your mind is in the right place, the battle gets easier. But mindset alone won't transform your body. I mean, you also need a sustainable diet that's simple enough to stick with long term. Step 2, nutrition system. Most people treat nutrition like rocket science, but the truth is simpler. Sustainable fat loss comes from systems, not restrictions. When I started, I was like every one of you watching. I tried keto, carnivore, and vegetarian diets. They all worked, but temporarily. And you know what? Temporary is the enemy of transformation. So I knew I had to build a system for my nutrition. Because a systematic diet plan is something you can follow for months, not days. That's why my nutrition system will help you hammer your fitness goals without feeling burned out and sick of eating bland and boring food. For dieting, I developed a 6-component flexible diet system that's easy to follow, and you can enjoy eating without hundreds of restrictions. And don't forget to take screenshots so you won't forget them. Starting with component number 1, control your environment. If you're struggling with overeating, the problem isn't really with the food. It's directly related to your environment. So the question is, how to control your own environment to avoid overeating. Here's exactly what you should do right after watching this video. Move unhealthy snacks to hard to reach places or out of the house entirely. Put healthy options at eye level in your fridge and pantry. Start eating more slowly. It takes 20 minutes for your brain to register fullness. Drink a glass of water before every meal. That's exactly how easy it is to beat the hunger game. Component number 2, prioritize protein. The best thing you can do when you're overweight is have a relationship with protein. Always aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Protein keeps you full longer, burns more calories to digest, preserves muscle while you lose fat. For protein, I basically relied on chicken, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, beans, and protein powder when convenient. On to component number 3, reduce sugar. Instead of trying to eliminate sugar completely, which always backfires like a slingshot, you have to be selective about it. By reading nutrition labels and becoming aware of hidden sugars in sauces, drinks, and processed foods. The goal right there isn't to avoid sugar, it's to gain awareness. Gain sugar from whole foods like fruits, and focus on reducing added sugars from processed foods. But if you're still confused, I have component 4 for you. Don't force your body to eat boring food. Whenever you eat bland, boring, lifeless food, you get cravings. And within a few hours, you're on your couch with a bag of chips. Being transparent with you, it's not your fault. I was the same. But I lost 100 pounds without eating broccoli and chicken breast. Here's how to shed fat. Without forcing yourself to eat bland salads and tasteless meals, I use smoked paprika, fresh cilantro, mustard, hot sauces, and a lot of lemons shamelessly. I tried new cooking methods like grilling, broiling, air frying. to get new flavors. And that's how I avoided junk food and lost fat easily. Component number 5, treat calories like currency. Approach your daily calorie budget the way you would approach spending money. Be intentional about where those calories go, prioritizing foods that provide satisfaction and nutrition over empty calories. Component 6, track calories. Professional golfers track every variable: shot power, technique, wind speed, angles, because precision requires measurement. The same principle applies to nutrition. Tracking calories using apps like MyFitnessPal creates awareness that prevents mindless eating and emotional overconsumption. This systematic approach removes all the guesswork from nutrition. But there's something even more important. Most people's workouts are actually working against them. Step 3, work out like the 1%. The problem with working out is people follow the same workout routines consistently for months, if not years. When they feel lost and stagnated, they start wondering, why am I stuck? Why am I not making any gains? I can't lose fat. Maybe this isn't for me. It's only because they're not training the right way. They're wasting time on the wrong exercises, wrong form, wrong workout routines they copied and pasted from some fitness influencer they watched on Instagram. And the more they apply these bad habits, the more they push their fitness journey backward. Because when they're doing the same routine for months without progression, focusing on feeling the burn instead of getting stronger, treating cardio like punishment instead of doing it strategically, they lose motivation and don't get the results they deserve. As Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I faced this exact problem when I started, until I discovered the secret that your body needs systematic progression, not random workouts. The solution, a simple 2-part system that forces your body to adapt. Starting with foundation, I walked 10,000 steps daily. Honestly, it's a cheat code because walking boosts your mood, increases energy levels, improves cardiovascular health, and aids in weight loss. And it's very easy to do as well. I walked 10,000 steps and made it non-negotiable. Second, progressive overload. This is so true. Even if you paid $10,000 for fitness coaching or join my school community for less than the price of Netflix, I say the same thing I'm saying here. If you want to lose fat and build muscle faster than 99% of people, just focus on progressive overload. Think of muscle building like metal work. A blacksmith doesn't create iron by applying the same heat and pressure repeatedly. Instead, he gradually increases intensity to forge a stronger piece of iron. Your muscles are no different. You have to progressively increase the intensity, the pressure, and the reps. And just as iron becomes solid and strong, it's just a matter of time. Your fat will turn into muscle. When I first started in 2018, I could barely lift a sandbag, but now I lift 500 pounds with the power of my legs. Bottom line, focus on progression. If you're lifting 20 pounds now, increase reps after a week. If you're lifting 200 pounds, increase the number of reps. This builds pressure on muscles, and pressure creates iron. The only thing you need during this process is discipline and motivation. And remember, discipline is trading what you want now for what you want most. That's it. Prioritize what you want the most. Sacrifice comfort for a greater purpose. And now, I want to lay down the most important principle in my weight loss journey. I've never seen anyone talking about its importance, and it acts like a master key to lose fat. Because even if you have systems like I told you in step 1, the dopamine reset system, nutrition system, and workout system, you'll fail only if you neglect this single important aspect of losing fat. Let me explain with an example of 2 people. Person A, he's hitting his protein goals and working out for hours. He's avoiding every distraction, whether it's social media or junk food. He's sleeping late at night, getting barely 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Person B, He's doing fewer workouts than person A. He's eating junk food on weekends. He's sleeping at 9 p.m., getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep. The only difference between these two guys, one is sleeping less and the other is sleeping more. The result. Person B will get more results despite the fact that he's less disciplined compared to person A. You're getting the point I'm trying to make. Step 4. Optimize recovery. You see, sleep is your most powerful fat loss tool because it controls the hormones that regulate hunger and metabolism. Poor sleep increases stress hormone called cortisol by up to 50%, which directly blocks fat loss even when you're eating perfectly. Worse, lack of sleep increases your I'm hungry hormone called ghrelin by 28%, making you fight cravings all day. Now you understand the importance of a good night's sleep. Here's the reality. Even if you're doing everything right, but you're sleeping 5 to 6 hours daily, you're setting your fat loss goals on fire because your hormones are working against you 24/7. The truth is, a handful of fitness YouTubers emphasize the importance of diet and how important working out really is. But nobody talks about improving your sleep quality. I learned it the hard way, but what I learned was truly life-changing. Here's my sleep like a baby system. Once you apply everything in this system, your fitness goals will never become a broken record. Cut caffeine by 2 p.m. Caffeine has a 6 to 8 hour half-life. You have to avoid coffee after 2 p.m. Apply the 10-3-2-1 rule. 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. 3 hours before bed, no more food or alcohol. 2 hours before bed, no more work. 1 hour before bed, no more screens. When you prioritize sleep this way, you'll experience reduced daily cravings, more effective workouts, better response to healthy eating, effortless fat loss instead of constant struggle. The bottom line, you can out-train a bad diet, but you can't out-diet bad sleep. Fix your sleep first. Watch everything else fall into place. But there's something even more important than sleep, something that explains why 80% of people regain all their weight. Step 5. Kill the older you. You see, how many people regain weight after a life-changing transformation? A shocking 80%. And research by National Institutes of Health shows that 80% of people who lose a significant amount of fat regain it within 2-5 years. Why does this happen? Because they think losing fat is just about working out, dialing in nutrition, and that's it. But it's deeper than that. When you lose fat, you're losing your old identity, the one who was overweight, insecure, unattractive, and soft. And when you lose fat, you become attractive, lean, muscular, charismatic. You have a new body now, but unfortunately, you didn't match the new identity. Now what happens is you still have your old identity of that overweight person. Like a magnet, that old identity pulls you back, and then the old cycle continues. The same thoughts, the same self-doubts, the same cravings, the same mindset, the same habits. And within a few weeks or months, you've regained all that fat you lost. Now your situation is worse than before. And it all happens just because you never went through the self-reinvention process. In this process, you not only lose fat, but you also lose your old identity and exchange it for a new one. Don't worry, it's a safe and healthy process. Let me give you a relatable example. Imagine someone who was broke their entire life and suddenly wins the lottery. They upgrade their wardrobe, buy a new car, and move into a fancy house. But deep down, they still think like a broke person. They don't trust the money. They make poor decisions, and eventually, they lose it all. Why? Because they never upgraded their identity. It's the same when you're losing weight. It's something stupidly effective that you can change your mind, body, and soul. Here's how I applied the self-reinvention blueprint. First, I changed my environment. I wore gym clothes around the house. I kept workout equipment visible. I stocked my kitchen like a healthy person would. Second, I changed my social circle. I surrounded myself with healthy friends who normalize healthy choices. I joined fitness communities and classes. I distanced myself from people who sabotage progress. When you change your identity, choices become automatic. To drive the point back home, this identity shift is what separates temporary transformation from permanent change. And if you want to shift your identity to a muscular, confident, and more mentally strong version of yourself forever, check the first link in this video description.